Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. This is Bill Drives. I am Bill, of course. Thank you very much for joining me. Whether you're new here or you're a subscriber, it's much appreciated, so thank you very much. But yeah, unfortunately not as an exciting video as the last one. This one's going to be a bit more, I wouldn't say boring. I don't think my content's boring, some might disagree. But yeah, not quite as exciting as buying a Porsche. I've actually got myself a Mercedes ML280 CDI. But how did I get it? I'll tell you now how I got this. This car, basically, this car was up for £1,800 on Auto Trader. It has got an issue, which I'll tell you about very shortly, but it was up for £1,800 on Auto Trader, and it was listed just down the road from me in Croydon. So I rung the guy up, a fella called Taylor, just down the road. I said to him, hello mate, what's going on with the Mercedes? I said, you know, as I normally do, we would take an offer, all that sort of stuff. Went to have a look at it, drove there in my Ford Mondeo. You know the Mondeo that I bought from Benji in Edenbridge, paid 500 quid for it. That car, by the way, I got home, took the wheel off, took the caliper apart with Simon, and yeah, that got repaired. It had a dodgy handbrake, or a sticky caliper basically. But anyway, I digress. I drove to see this car in my Ford Mondeo, and when I was there, the guy who was selling this car said, oh my God, I've actually looked at your car on eBay because it's for sale at the moment, isn't it? I said, yes, it is. I had the car up for sale for £995. I'll put a shot of that on the screen now. He had this car up for £1,800. I said to him, look mate, it's got an oil leak. I'll tell you about the oil leak in a minute, right? But I said to him, look mate, it's gonna need some money spent on it. It's only got 30 days of MOT left. It's gonna need 2 new rear tyres, and them tyres are not gonna be cheap. Look at the size of them wheels. I'll show you around the car in a minute. But yeah, it needs quite a bit of money spent on it, I think, right? So I said to him, would you be interested in doing a swap with my Mondeo? And he said, do you know what? Actually, I would, yes. My mate has been looking for a ULEZ-free estate quite recently, and I think I could probably sell this to him. So he took the Mondeo, I gave him £300, and I took this ML. So I have paid the measly sum of £800 for this Mercedes ML. So there you go, straight in with the price that I paid. Not gonna make you wait this time, not gonna do what I've done in a Boxster video and make you wait right till the end of the video to tell you how much I paid for it. 800 quid is what I paid for this Mercedes ML 280 CDI. And of course, throughout the video, I'm gonna show you what's wrong with it, and I'm gonna show you around the car, and you guys can let me know in the comments if you think I've done a good deal or if I've shot myself in the foot. You'll have to let me know. Right guys, so here we are, Mercedes. I've probably said it 100 times in this video, ML280 CDI. Nice looking thing that. I think that looks quite cool. The big wheels, look at them. I think these are like AMG alloys, are they AMG alloys? I'm not too sure, but either way, I think they look pretty cool on that car. The stance of it looks pretty decent, I think. Now, ideally, I've got to be honest, if I had this car, if it was my choice of colour, I probably wouldn't have it in silver, because I don't think silver looks that great in these cars, but I still think this is a lovely thing. But let's just have a little walk around it, show you guys around it. It has got a little bit of a scuff there, and it has got lots of oil on the floor, but we'll talk about that in a minute. It's sat for ages, so it's got rusty tailpipes. It's a 4MATIC, obviously that just means 4-wheel drive in Mercedes language. And it also has a bad bit of paint, but just on this bit of trim, not really anywhere else. Like, if you notice, it's not on this panel, but it is on that panel. So, I don't know what that's about, but I can't imagine that will cost a lot to have repaired. Round to the front, like I said, these wheels, proper cool, man. I like them. Side steps as well. I spoke about them on my Instagram. They are cool. They just make the car stance. Look, I mean, like you go from this side, they make it look proper. I don't know, just the stance of it and the shape and the big wheels. I just think it's got something about it. It's a nice looking car. It's an old car. I'm not too sure what year this is actually. I think it's 2007, maybe. We'll have a look on the logbook later, but let's get inside, show you guys inside. And of course, as always, we've got my furry companion with me, Winston. What's the matter? Huh? What's up? Lazy boy, lazy boy. Can you move, please? Over there. Over there. That's it. Go on. Not on the armrest. No, 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 no. Oh, go on then. Out. Out. Right, let's look inside. Right, let's look inside. So, yeah. Interior on this is well clean. Proper clean. Like, I've had one of these before and all this was ripped, all this was worn. There's absolutely no wear on that at all. And if you look at like the steering wheel, that's in pretty good nick. The dashboard, also pretty good nick. All around here, pretty good nick. And I'll tell you about these headphones in a sec and why they're there. And you will also notice that there is a big bottle, is that, or tub of oil. And I'll tell you about that in a sec as well. But yeah, inside, nice in the front. And in the back, again, very nice. It's got, look at them. That is a TV in the headrest. How cool is that? That's gangster. Isn't that gangster, Winston? Do you like that? He likes that, doesn't he? But anyway, let's shut the door. So I am gonna jack this car up and see what's wrong with it. But I don't know if it's gonna be too big of a job for me to do or whether it's gonna have to go to a garage. Now, the garage that I use is about 15, maybe 12, 15 minutes away from here. So I am confident I'll be able to get it to the garage, but whether or not it will be a massive issue, which is gonna cost loads and loads of money, I don't know. But the guy who I bought it said one of the oil cooler pipes is split. And he reckons that he had a mobile mechanic look at it, and the guy was like, look, I can't do anything mobile because it has to go on a ramp. But he reckons that the subframe of this car has to come out to fix the oil cooler pipe. I had a couple of opinions from different people. They think differently. But apart from that, it runs and it drives all right. I'm not going to drive it in this video because it needs diesel. It is literally flat out empty on diesel. And we all know what happens when you drive a car with no diesel, don't we? Reverting back to BMW video when I ran out of diesel and made myself look like a complete and utter buffoon. But anyway, yeah, so not going to drive it in this video, unfortunately. Just introducing you guys to this Mercedes. I swapped it, like I said earlier in the video, for my Mondeo that I paid £500 for and £300 cash. I think I've had a good deal with that if it turns out to be repairable. I can't see it not being repairable because at the end of the day, it's driving fine. Well, it drove fine for the 6 minutes to get it home. But yeah, not even going to start it. I'm actually going to go in the BMW in a minute and get some diesel to put in this. And it looks like it's going to start raining very shortly. So I'll wrap this video up very soon. Probably going to be quite a short video, this one, unless I get the content of me taking it to the garage or getting underneath it myself. So we'll see, but obviously we'll edit it in if I can get the bits of it being repaired or me trying to repair it. But yeah, for now, that is the ML 280 CDI with a massive oil leak. Oh, and of course, it's got a private number plate on it. There you go, look. What is it? N29MER. And it says Humber Vehicle Solutions. So this car came all the way from Humber, which I believe is up near Newcastle. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, for now, not much else to talk about on this car. Not just going to waffle about it because really and truly, yes, it's a nice looking car. It's got nice alloys. It's got nice side steps. It's got a mint interior. And yes, it's got a massive oil leak. So, going to leave it there and catch up on this video when I've got some more content on it.
The next day.
Welcome back, guys, and it's now the next day after I bought the Merc, as you saw earlier in the video. And I started to think maybe I've made a bad decision because when I woke up this morning and had a look out the window, let me just go up the steps a little bit and show you guys what I saw this morning. I mean, my bedroom window's up there. I came down this morning, well, I looked out the window this morning, should I say, and look, it's just a massive, massive puddle of oil, look. Look at it, it's everywhere. Everywhere. Oh no, look. Everywhere. This is going to give me some headaches, big headaches. But it's all content, I suppose, and you lot can have a laugh and laugh at my expense. But yeah, today I've got my work gear on. I'm going to get underneath it. If we can find where the leak is coming from, first of all, I'm going to clean it up, try and clean it up, then maybe run the engine, see if I can identify where the oil is actually coming from. And then I suppose the next job after that is to try and see if I can fix it, or at least get it sort of to stop leaking so much that I can take it somewhere where it can be fixed. Also as well, had loads of comments on TikTok. Oh, a fair few anyway. Put this up on TikTok yesterday saying about how I'd swapped it for the Mondeo, and yeah, just showed a video of it. Loads of suggestions on there of what's wrong with it. Some people saying even check the gearbox, but I don't think this is gearbox oil. But yeah, loads of people saying they're absolute money pits. One guy saying that he had the same problem, and it's quite a common problem with these, and that he got quoted 2.5 grand. 2.5 grand. So guys, with the sound of 2.5 grand, I slightly panicked when people were talking about spending 2.5 grand on fixing this car. So I thought, let me go down to Halfords and buy myself a lifting kit, as I've wanted one for ages and I need one to lift up the cars whenever they're outside my house, to get underneath them and have a look what's wrong with them, or even do little things like service the cars. So I headed down to Halfords and treated myself to a Halfords lifting kit and a few other bits and pieces, as you'll see here. There we go guys, we have just treated ourselves to a lifting kit. Kind of wanted one of these because I like the idea of being able to slide in and out underneath a car on that. Also comes with, I'm a little bit out of breath from carrying all this. But yeah, it comes with axle stands, a jack, and I think they're to stop you from rolling backwards. Also got some car ramps, they're quite cool, so you can drive the car up onto the ramp. And then of course got an oil catch can, some parts cleaner and some gloves, because I've got to protect my hands. So yeah, let's go lift this car up and see if we can find where the oil leak's coming from. Right, here I've also got my trusty little knee pad thing, so you don't have to kneel on the floor. Winston's curious, ain't ya? And look, I've got the lifting kit from Halfords. Just move back a bit so you can see. Let's get this open. My trusty toolkit from when I used to be a handyman. Now this is probably a good time to let you guys know, I have never worked on cars before, ever. I think we changed some brake pads once, me and Simon. Hello, is that for me? No, stop chewing that please. No. Yeah, we changed brake pads once. Oh, and we did actually change a drive shaft once, but that was with the help of Simon. So, can you move, please? Yeah, that was with the help of Simon, who knows a lot more about cars than I do. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What's your neutral?
Handbrake?
Handbrake's up.
Definitely neutral. Nice looking car, that.
So yeah, should probably explain, I don't work on cars ever. This is all new to me, but if I'm going to buy cheap cars, I need to learn how to fix them, I suppose. So we'll just kneel on this, look, that's good. good, isn't it? I have just, as you can see, these ramps, I was holding the car up, I've just whacked axle stands underneath, just in case the worst comes to the worst, these break. I've got the axle stands there to save me, hopefully. But hopefully that don't happen and this all goes well. But yeah, let's get underneath and see what's happening. Can you see down here? Let's have a look. Too dark? Should be all right. Okay, cool. Let's try and find this oil leak, shall we? All right, guys, I'm just underneath. At the moment, I've just taken the under trays off. And I don't know if you could be able to see because of how dark it is, but yeah, you can. There is literally just oil everywhere. But looking at these pipes here, some of them are covered in oil more than others. Just filming on my phone because obviously it's quite dark under here, but yeah, like that one there, it's covered in oil. But oh, hold on, if you look down here, let me come down here. If you look here, you can't really see anything because it's too dark, but there's loads of oil all around this bit, and this is actually where it was falling. If you look on the floor there, so, and then look, all these pipes covered in oil. So, gonna try and start it. Well, I'm gonna start it and see if I can see where the oil's coming from.
A few minutes later.
So I can't seem to find where the oil leak's actually coming from, and it's really frustrating because the oil mainly leaks when the car's being driven, not when it's idling. So you drive it, and then when you come back, it seems to just drip loads of oil. So that would make me think that the oil leak is at the, like, above anything, so it's not coming from underneath, if that makes sense, because what that means to me is maybe as you're driving it's leaking and then it's taking time to drip down past all the components and then it's obviously leaking. So it's obviously landing on, can you see, oh, it's obviously landing on the under trays, and then the under trays, and then obviously pooling on the under trays. Let me just sort that camera out. And then yeah, obviously pooling on the under trays because the under trays are covered in oil. So yeah, I'm guessing it's at the top of something, and from what I've heard online, that's leading me to believe that it's like the oil cooler seals, and apparently that's a huge job. So yeah, it's frustrating because obviously I'm on my own. I need someone to rev it while I can have a look and see if I can see any sort of oil coming from any pipes or anything like that. But obviously I'm on my own, so I mean, worst case scenario, I'll break this car for parts. It's got to be worth more than £800 in parts. I mean, a set of them wheels online are pretty expensive, so we'll see. But not giving up just yet. Gonna hopefully find where it's coming from, and then if I can't do the job, obviously take it to a garage, because it does drive. You can drive it. I drove it for 6 to 10 minutes yesterday to get it here. So it just out oil, and it just loses a lot of oil when you do drive. So I've got some oil in there anyway, so yeah, we'll see. I'll crack on. And so after spending hours looking for an oil leak and not being able to find anything, and spending ages doing research on this car, including getting advice from the ML Owners Facebook group, I decided I was going to put it up for sale for spares or repairs. But before I did that, I wanted to throw one of them stop oil leak potions into the car and see if that made any difference. Right, we can't seem to find the oil leak, so I'm going to whack one of these in and see what happens. It's a very, very, very long shot, but let's put it in and see what happens. So we're just going to take that off. We're going to get this. We're going to whack that in there like that. That should hopefully, well, maybe sort that out. See what it says, look. Stops and prevents oil leaks, revitalises the rubber and seals and O-rings. Add entire contents to the engine oil, run engine to circulate, drive vehicle normally. Sorted. That's that done then. Put that back on. We'll drive it, see what happens.
3 days later.
Right guys, welcome back. And you know what, I have been driving the Merc now for, I mean, I got it when the Boxster video went out, so not last Wednesday, the Wednesday before. So I've been driving it, I don't know, about 10 days. Winston loves it. He loves a heated seat, didn't you, Winston? And you know what, it's been driving absolutely fine. Yes, it's leaking a little bit of oil. In probably 2 weeks, I've had to top it up about 500 millilitres, if that. Yeah, about half a litre, probably less than that, to be honest with you. But yeah, that oil leak stuff does seem to have helped it out. Even if just a little bit, it does seem to have helped it out a little bit. But yeah, I put it up for sale. I've been completely honest about it having a big bad oil leak, because I didn't, you know, you guys watch me and you've seen my past, you see how honest I am about things. I didn't want to, obviously, I'm never going to list a car as having not a problem when it has got a problem. So I've been very honest about the oil leak in the advert. And to be honest with you, I just can't be bothered with the aggro of trying to fix this. If it's £1,000 fix or a £1,400 fix, I just can't be bothered with it. And I think that someone else can have the aggro but have this cheap. So I put it up on Facebook Marketplace. I put it up for £1,495. Put it up like 3 or 4 days ago. I've had quite a lot of interest, quite a lot of messages. Got a couple of guys who want to come and see it tonight. So yeah, just thought I'd put it up cheap. And as you can see in the Facebook advert, I'm actually recording on my phone, so I can't read the advert at the same time, but you'll see the advert here. I've put a few pictures up of it. Obviously I had it cleaned after I bought it, and I've said basically, look, it's got a bad oil leak. The car is sold as seen, obviously. So yeah, it is what it is. Someone can have a cheap car, 1,400 quid for one of these. I think the next best one on the market, if you look at Auto Trader, is about £3,000 for one in okay condition. And as I said before in the video, and as I've said throughout the video, shall I say, this is quite a good condition one inside. Inside is mint, everything works inside, like everything. So yeah, gonna just let someone have it cheap. And in fact, you know what, I'll show you how much oil it's lost since it's been sat here. It's been sat in this same position since Christmas Eve, because obviously Christmas Eve was the last time I drove it. Christmas Day I didn't drive it at all because I was on the beers, and then Boxing Day I was in bed all day pretty much, hanging. So yeah, it's been sat here since Christmas Eve, and this is how much oil it's lost. I'll show you guys. He's going for walkies in a minute. But yeah, it's been sat here about 3 days, I'd say. And that is how much oil it's lost. Just there like that. So a fair bit, but nowhere near as bad as what it was like when it was down the slope outside my gaff. So yeah, that is how much oil it's lost, guys, all right? And I've got some interest, so hopefully this car will be gone. But probably today or tomorrow, I'd imagine. We'll see. We'll see, won't we, Winston? Show you guys Winston. Look, he's being a good boy today, ain't you? You've been a good boy. I know you guys missed Winston in my last video. There was no Winston, was there? So there you go. Good old dose of Winston there for you. Look how beautiful he is. What a beautiful boy. Do you want to go walkies? Do you? It's your walkie time. Yeah. Come on then, let's take you. And just as I expected, at such a cheap price, even with a problem, the Merc was snapped up later that day for £1,450. And that means as I only paid £800 for this car, there is a pre-tax profit there of £650. So this is Radek. He's originally from Poland, but he's from Essex. He's come all the way down with this.
No, I was in Essex. Now I am in Wolverhampton.
Wolverhampton, blimey. Not just down the road then. And yeah, he's just bought the ML. Didn't even really haggle at the price. And yeah, he's going to put it on his trailer. It's going back to Poland. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going for parts.
It's going for parts. So there you go, guys. That is the ML 280 sold. And do you know what? Couldn't have been to a nicer geezer, because he's actually a proper lovely bloke. So yeah, Nice one. Well, nice one, Radek. Enjoy the car, mate. And it's nice to meet you. Yeah, wicked, man.
Maybe see you, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully.
In the future. Who knows?
Wicked. Nice one, man. So there you go, guys. The ML has gone off to its new owner. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you like my content, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free, costs absolutely nothing at all. And don't forget to follow me over on social media at Bill Drives. I'll see you guys in my next video next Wednesday, 3 p.m. See you there.